Well, hi guys. I unhooked plows and I went down yonder to said tree that you can see off in the distance. Down there. Thinking, I'll just hook a chain around and drag it up out of the field. Nay, nay. It is too big for the 1850 to pull. And I discovered something. You see on the wheel over there, it's awful oily looking. Well, the line right there that I thought I had sealed up is leaking again. To the point of drip, 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 drip. I'm not looking forward to this because it is this line right here that is so well tucked down in here. There's a clamp there. We'll have to take it out, move it back a little bit, take this clamp off, pull it up someplace where I can cut it and get a new piece of brake line to replace it. But that might be a moot point at this venture, because I know why that line is leaking, and it's because that narrow front, the bearings are bad in it, and it's making that steering box flex around, move. So made a call. Well, I think I have a wide front for this tractor now. If I do, it's going to be a wham bam thank you ma'am in a way of a change, because weights have to come off, grill has to come off, sheet metal, side sheet metal has to come off, hood has to go up, and I may have to unbolt the radiator so I got enough room to get under it to get that cover off, to be able to drop the axle. So it's kind of, I'm going to have to play this one by ear. I really haven't got to run this thing, pull it. It's just been in the loafing around, and it's slobbering again, which 1850s, 354s are known for that. However, this damned injector pump is leaking fuel again. And I'm thinking it's out of that gasket. Oh, I'm telling you, working on the same thing over and over is getting old. Local idiotry. So I'm going to attempt to start there's probably 20 gallon in there. Oh yeah, see what I mean about blue? Yes, that's what happens when you get in this soil when it's wet. We're going to try to start my 1550 diesel up here in a few minutes, hook it to the Harrow-Gatter, and see what I can do. Might be a good time to get some sticks picked up, and the Harrow-Gatter is the quickest, easiest way for me to do that. Yeah. So I'll be back here in a minute. I got to go find some ether, because it ain't gonna start without it. So we'll be back here in a minute, guys. So hang on. Well, hi guys. It's Friday the 13th of May. Yay. I got my 1550 diesel out and the Harrow-Gatter. And you're going to be asking yourself, what are you doing? I'm picking up sticks. Now, this is not a perfect way to do this by any stretch of the imagination. However, these are the sticks I have picked up from, well, here to there. I go down, bring them back, dump them, go up, come back, dump them, and that's what it picked up. Anybody that's ever run a Harrow-Gatter will tell you, if there is a stick, you are guaranteed it's going to get hung up in it. So this works out perfect. Let it do its natural thing, and it picks all that crap up, and you can drag it to one place. Here I've got it, a nice strip of it. I can take a skid loader, push it up on that, and if I want to burn it, I can burn it, or I can load it up and haul it out of here. But I can do something with it now because it's picked up. How long would it take you to pick up several piles, a pile like this right here? It'd take you quite a while. Well, I'm doing it 14 feet at a time, and it's a whole lot easier on my back, sitting in the seat, pulling a lever up and down to get all this stuff raked together, where I can do something with it. Land clearing 101. If you're doing it yourself, you need a Harrow-Gatter just for this reason. Like I said, I'll guarantee you, if there's a stick, it'll get tangled up in it. So you put that to good use, and you just drag them all to one place where it's a whole lot easier to deal with. So, my little trick of the day, you might say. Oh yes, I found mud. Lovely mud. The ground's just now, this week, getting dry enough to do something with it. And it's going to rain tomorrow. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday, and possibly even into Monday morning. So, oh, they're planting next door, and their ground is as wet as this is. This ain't dry by any stretch. You can tell that just by looking at it. That's why I found mud right over there. But I got a couple of spots I want to hit down on the lower side. It's rough, and I just want to take the Harrow-Gatter over it, knock it down. So my little tip for you is, if you're doing land clearing and you got a bunch of sticks to pick up, like, you know, along with tree line woods like this, just get your Harrow-Gatter out and run over it, because it will ball it up just like that. Just pick a spot, work around, work to it, however you want to do it, and you'll pick up a lovely pile of sticks real quick. I guarantee it. That's one of the nice things about a Harrow-Gatter. You know exactly what it will do. And in this case, it does exactly what I want it to do, pick up sticks. Well, we'll see you next time, guys. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I find lots of uses for equipment other than what it was designed for. Prime example, my 14-foot stick picker. See you next time, guys. As I said, this doesn't work perfect, but it gets about 95% of it. And I just cleaned up all the rest I made with a skid steer. And it's all piled up right over there, so I can push it on the other pile. Like I said, a lot of things you can do that are a little different. To make your job a lot easier. Unless you got a bunch of kids or grandkids that like to do stuff like that, that's an easy way to do it yourself. See how nice and green and fuzzy it is? Done for today. Now we can move on to other things. Like I said, you got a bunch of flesh to clean up. You ain't got a lot of kids or grandkids. This is an easy way to do it. Like I say, it's not perfect, but it gets the biggest majority of stuff. So, we'll see you next time, guys. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Well, hi, guys. It's Sunday afternoon, the 15th of May. We got about half an inch rain last night, and from what they're saying, depending on today's heat, cloud cover, if we had it, we probably wouldn't get any storms. However, it is hot, it is sticky, and it is muggy, and it's been sunny all day. And to say it's close, that's no joke. Come back and piled this up again and got it going. Been working on a leaking hydraulic fitting on the 1850, and I got a bunch. I didn't take any video yesterday. I was kind of here, there, and everywhere about getting some things done. My 1550 is sitting back here in the woods right now in the barn. So I had room to do what I needed to do up here. Well, I'm not going to jinx myself, but I'm hoping I've got something coming in the next week for the 1850. And it's a wait and see kind of thing. It's in the... Well, bluntly, it needs a front end. Well, hi guys. It's Monday afternoon, May the 16th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Yeah, 16th. Anywho, come back. We got some rain last night. Hoping it wasn't a lot, but it's enough that, well, down there and up along this woods, I'm spinning. So we got a little more rain than I thought we did. And you can see where I've been running, it's packed down, but it's mushy. I was thinking about bringing the 1850 back in the plow and do some plowing, but I'm going to hold off, I believe. Unless I can, tomorrow night, Tuesday night into Wednesday into Thursday, we could be looking at some heavy showers, depending on what the system does. One model takes it, we're on the very edge of it, not going to get a lot. Another one, we're bullseyed, and then third model saying it's going north of us. And they said it would change as time progressed. They could get a better idea of what it's going to do. The last thing I want to do is get this plowed up and then it rain a couple inches. It'll never dry out. So I'm kind of in that catch-22. The plow works according to what I think it will. It won't take 3 hours to plow this, if it takes that long. Granted, I'm using a tractor I've only plowed with once, using a 4-bottom, and I'm using a completely new to me 6-bottom that I've never used before, and I got to do some setting on it. So 3 hours wouldn't be too bad. Put the other dual on, hook the Harrow-Gatter up, and a color packer behind it, and go like gangbusters. Get her flattened out, leveled up, and compacted to a point. So if it does rain, it ain't going to be as bad. My neighbor yesterday was giving me kind of some grief about not planting like he is. And I flat told him, I said, I've got this ground, and the ground he's got is same stuff. I said, that tells me a lot. If you're able to, if it's hard enough for you to plant on, I said, the ground's compacted. That's all there is to it. You know, if I work ground and can't get on it because it's still too wet, and you're going like gangbusters, that tells me your ground's compacted. And in this area, compacted ground doesn't necessarily mean good yields. Plus, I don't much care for all the chemicals. I don't have a problem getting weed control here, like a lot of these no-till guys do in the area around, south, north, east of me. They're getting chemically resistant weeds, where you see what I got. Most 99% of what I got is grass and some little bit of wild mustard, which is easy to get rid of. So I'm not so much worried about it. And it's $60 a gallon. If you spray, burn down, come back and spray it again, and then say you got to spray it that third time, you might as well say you got $60 an acre in herbicide. So that really eats into the profit margin. And when you're a small farmer like I am, that makes a big difference on what you do. That's that'd be 20 gallon of diesel fuel an acre. I know I can do it for less than 5. Work it up and plant it. So it just depends on what you want to do. Do I think no-till's a good idea? Yes, I do, depending on your soils, depending on your situation. Does it make sense for me to go out and spend $5,000 to $10,000 for a no-till planter? No, it does not. I mean, it just doesn't make economical sense. So I do what I do. I've always done. And let the haters hate. Let those who care, care. It don't matter to me. I farm because I enjoy it. And I know a lot of guys that work jobs that buys into this no-till, whole no-till program, do this, do that, and they run like a chicken with its head cut off, and at the end of the year, working a job and farming 400 or 500 acres, they ain't making any more money. So I'll do what I know works, what I got the equipment for, and be glad and happy to do it. But I got this mess cleaned up. I got the lower mess cleaned up, and I got a log I got to cut up to get it out of the field, and I might do that next. So for now, we'll see you next time, guys. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Stuck the stumps up there by the old fence. Good place for them. We'll see you next time, guys. Well, hi, guys. It's the end of the day. About 5:45. After getting the burn pile all cleaned up, came up, and I've been thinking about these plows ever since I moved that hitch. And it was in the more I thought about it, and it just wasn't, something just wasn't right. And been thinking that needed to be flipped over. This bar right here. Well, Chris Lucy put a video up on all of the plow hitches talking about getting the tail into the plow to go in the ground correctly. If it's, check your hitch And I know who he was referring to in the video. And I thought, oh, you big dummy. Plow 101. Them pins are supposed to be below, not on top. So they got moved. Mr. Bumblebee looking at me. He's not happy. Because I burned his home up. Yes, I set fire to the inside of the tube. But it's kind of back to this. When you raise the plow all the way up on the 3-point, the front bottom was about 4 inches off the ground. And I knew that wasn't right. So I got back up here, hooked the plow back up, took it up front, took the collar off, took the 4 bolts in the hitch off, turned it over, and now it's right. And I may have to move the pin from the bottom hole to the top hole. I don't know yet. I'll find out when I drop it in the ground really for the first time. I did a little test patch over there where I set the bottom down. When I hooked it up, I pulled forward and it lined up fairly well with the tire. Now granted, it's sitting this way right now because I don't have the sway block on over here. I'm missing one. But if you look, it's mighty close the way it is, but when this comes back to neutral pulling, it should line up right up with that tire. Because I've got the tractor kind of cocked a little bit like that right now. So it should be very, very close. It should be ready to go. When I go home, I'm going to watch the weather and see what they say about the rain. The field back there right now, I don't know how I want to say it. It is a little bit wet. And when I say a little bit wet, it would be greasy on top. I think it'll break up fine. That's why I put the other dual on. Added weight and maybe a little added traction. I don't know. But it can't hurt. And it'll mash the last 2 bottoms. It'll mash the dirt down, turn it over better. Or mash the weeds down, excuse me. Just one of those things. One reason I love T-rail duals, because you can put it on by yourself in just a matter of 5-10 minutes at the most. But I think I'll see what the weather's going to do, and I think I can do it tomorrow. We'll take this back to the field and try it out. Not a whole lot of adjusting I can do. Not a whole lot I can do plow-wise as far as adjustments. With the gauge wheel on there, the plow's going to do its thing. The only thing I'm going to be able to really adjust is a 3-point this way, side to side, which I've got that initial turn down on it to where when it picks up it's a little like this, not straight, it's cocked to the furrow side, which it should be. Plow education, I'm telling you, you don't really realize what you have forgotten about until you do, you hook one up and you've never used before, and you know it's set wrong, like on the hitch, and trying to get it straightened back out. Makes it interesting. I'll just leave it at that. Because there is a multitude of adjustments to the hitch. You can loosen these bolts up, slide it side to side. You can run it up and down. I think, yeah, it's in the bottom holes now. So it can only go, the hitch can only be dropped. Like I say, I'll just have to wait and see tomorrow what it does. And kind of go from there. I'm kind of excited to use it. Mainly because I have never pulled a 6-bottom plow in my life. So this is the first. First one I've ever owned. First one I've ever used. Biggest has always been a 5-bottom. So, bit of a learning curve. Not really. I mean, a semi-mount plow is a semi-mount plow. You set them all the same. So, we'll just have to wait and see how it progresses, I guess. But I'm going to enjoy it. Worked on my leak again, which is that fitting right there. Took the front weights off for kind of another reason. It's I had the possibility of having a wide front coming for this tractor. And the only reason I'm going to change it, is because the bearings in that narrow front are bad. And to fix it, it was $500 20 years ago. So it ain't going to be any cheaper. So if I got this wide front, I'm still waiting to hear back on it. Proof positive for sure. This all gets disassembled. Because you've got to be able to get into that cap on top, take it off, take the bolt out of the narrow front, holding it to the steering shaft. And that's one reason I know this front end is, the bearings are bad, because it's riding on the top cap and it's loosening it up. So I know the bearings are bad and they got to be fixed. Well, what it costs to fix it, I'll just put a wide front under it. And I know there's some guys looking for these for pulling tractors, and I guess it's the in thing now to have a narrow front on your big tractor like this. Years ago you couldn't give them away. Now guys are wanting them right and left. And that'll even go on a white. Like a 285, 288, 2105, I think 2110. That'll fit. And you'll have a rather unique white. I almost bought a 2105 narrow front gas tractor, brand new. McHenry's had one sent to them by White to sell. And I could have bought that tractor brand new for $8,500. And I didn't do it. I got talked out of it, basically. But I wished I had bought it. There's open station too. 2105 white gas narrow front. I didn't buy it. But hopefully tomorrow this girl goes to the field and does some plowing. I'm excited to try. And this will give her a workout. Yeah, that back bottom's going to be past the tractor. That's cool. So guys, here's looking forward to tomorrow, and we'll see you next time. So please comment, rate, and subscribe. And hopefully next video you see is this girl plowing. So we'll see you next time, guys. I'll give you one final shot of all her glory. See you next time.